A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. And yes, here we are back with a preparation for paper 1 for your NTA UGC NET examination including JRF for December 2023 cycle. So the topic today is Teaching Aptitude Unit. This is session 3 of Teaching Aptitude. You can just check in the description box. Session 1 and session 2 link is available. Unless and until you do not watch session 1 and 2, do not come for session 3 because it's connected, it's linked together. Today in this session we are going to cover the topics as below. We are going to see teaching models, we are going to see levels of teaching, and we are going to see a very important topic again which is repeated in different form in the examination, that is Bloom's taxonomy. So these are the 3 topics which we are going to see today. Now before we go ahead, quickly let's understand what is Global Online has to offer you for your December 2023 examination. So we have brought up a complete course for December 2023 examination, which will be consisting of daily live lectures which are scheduled in Hindi and English. English lectures are at 10 AM in the morning and Hindi lectures are at 5 PM. Recorded lectures on all the units will be provided, 60 plus mock test, full syllabus notes in the PDF format, 2000 plus MCQs in the form of question bank, and this is all available at a fee cost of rupees 4,500, but we have kept a discount offer, that is 3,600 is an actual price where you will get this particular course. In case if you have any doubt related to course or something, you can get in touch with us on the given WhatsApp number in order to get your doubts or queries solved. You can also download the Global Online app. This is the interface of the app looks like. So once you download the app, once you registered yourself with the mobile number, you will be you have to go on my courses. You have to type over there UGC NET 2023. You will be getting the course for UGC NET, which as I showed, it is at a discounted offer. That is, this course is for 3,600. Once you purchase, in case if you're purchasing the course, this is how the interface will be. The content, in the content you will be seeing all the folders. The folders are language wise, Hindi, English. You have folders unit wise also. So all the details are given in the folder. So in case if you are missing paper live lectures also, you can be able to cover up your lectures with the help of the sessions at the app. Yes, Maria, Deepak, we do have paper 1 as well as paper 2. About paper 2, I will be telling you at the end. Okay. So yes, now this is what, as I said, we are doing teaching aptitude. Yesterday, if you remember, I will show, see, as I told yesterday also to the students, or based on whatever we do in this entire week, whatever topics we are going to do, on those topics, actual questions will be taken as a mock test on Saturday. So Saturday you will be having your examination, and I will show you that whatever topics we have done in the class, those topics are directly in the question paper, and you will get that examples live on Saturday so that you can see. So it is very important that your concepts are also to be clear. So yesterday we did a very important topic, that is concepts of education. Along with that we did philosophies of education also. So today, yes, let's start with the basic models of education, that is teaching. So we have to do what? We have, the first topic is basic models of teaching. So please make your own notes also. I'll be explaining you the topics. Wherever you feel that I have to repeat again, you can just put it in the the chat box. I will just see the content. Okay. Now yes, we are going to do pedagogy, andragogy, heutagogy. Yes, but before that, let's understand the basic teaching model, that is a shift. A major shift in teaching which crossed from pedagogy to andragogy. So let's understand very well what this shift was for. Okay. So when I say teaching models, so in teaching models you have your pedagogical model, andragogical model, heutagogical model, and based on this topic also there was question in your question paper, latest question paper. So first let's understand pedagogy means what. So pedagogy, form of teaching or model of teaching, is nothing but teacher centered, which is fixed in design. So here the main majority of the attention is to what? A fixed design, a rigid design you can say. which is taken under teacher's direction and teacher's decision. It means the majority of the power is in the hand of teacher. So it is said as what? It is said as teacher-centered. Now, here teacher's guidance and monitoring of learning plays an important role. So without that, a child cannot, or a student cannot go ahead, or without that the child cannot proceed. Passive reception in learning, because here, now when I say passive, okay, it means that this reception, see, passive reception, it means that the response from the students is more, that is, they have to just, understand or listen. So at present in pedagogy, their role is more of passive, okay, it's passive oriented. Learning within the four walls of the classroom. So here basically the learning which happens in a very traditional form, that is in the four walls of the classroom. Knowledge as given and fixed. Yes, that is, if you remember yesterday we did philosophies of philosophies of education. So where, if you remember, we have done perennialist. So where we have seen that knowledge is given from the books. So here, yes, in pedagogy, which type of philosophy was seen? Your perennialist philosophy was seen over here in your pedagogy form of teaching or model of teaching. Yes, here it is important because it inculcates discipline in the students. Linear exposure, that is one way you can say. Assessment is short and few. So yes, if you get a question based on pedagogical form, you have to please remember that what does pedagogical. Now first understand that pedagogical is nothing but a basic teaching model. Okay, now in this teaching model, who plays an important role? The important role is played by the teacher. Now keep on putting questions to yourself. Is teacher plays an important role in what form? So yes, teacher gives direction and the decision making is in the hand of teacher. Yes. Guidance and monitoring comes from the end of the teacher. Yes. What is the role of the student? The student over here is a passive reception. So students are not, playing they do not have a majority of role to play. They are the passive listeners. Learning happen over here within four walls of the classroom. Knowledge as given and fixed, that is in the form of perennialist. Disciplinary focus, yes, it inculcates. The best point is it inculcates discipline in the students. Linear focus, it means it is from one way. Assessment, it's short and few. So that is how your pedagogical model of teaching was built. Now, slowly, gradually, as per the changing time, as per the changing situation, this pedagogical model got shifted to andragogical model. So it is andragogy. So shift is from what? Pedagogy to andragogy. Okay. Now in andragogical model, let's understand, okay, what it is. It is first of all learner centered. So it is exactly opposite what was seen in pedagogy. So it is learner centered with a flexible process. Now when I say flexible process, yes, it has lot of flexibility in order to change as per the situation. Here, who plays an important role? As it is a learner centered model, learner's autonomy plays an important role. Teachers' facilitation, support and encouragement is there. So it doesn't mean that teacher does not plays any important role. Teachers' facilitation, support and encouragement for learning has a very important role. Active participation is there in the learning. Now here, please remember, in pedagogy what it was passive. Whereas in andragogy, it was active participation. So learning in the wider social context. So learning happens not in the classroom, but learning happens where? In the social context. It means it helps in the overall development, or it helps in the modification of the behavior also, you can say. So if you remember the policy, that is, the philosophy, we can use your behaviorism, because you are in the social context. Even reconstructionism takes place over here. Knowledge as it evolves and created, knowledge is created. Whereas if you see in pedagogy, knowledge was fixed. See, I am showing you both the points. Please try to understand. Any part of the question can come. There was one question related to the features only. So if you know all these points very well, it will be easier for you to attempt your questions very well. Okay, so disciplinary focus, it basically on one discipline, on one field, on one subject. Whereas in andragogy, it has multidisciplinary educational focus. It means with the multiple disciplines. Here in andragogy it is multiple and divergent exposure. The exposure is in the divergent way or multiple way, and yes, assessment is continuous, so you can say it is formative type of assessment over here. Is it clear? So this is all we have. Yes, Sarika, andragogical mode of teaching. You can't say the year, you can say that it is actually the level of teaching which starts with middle classes. Okay, middle classes. So if you remember levels of teaching, okay, there are levels of memory. There are 3 levels of memory. That is your memory, levels of teaching, memory, then you have understanding, and then you have reflective. So andragogical actually they start inbuilding from the understanding level, and it plays a very important role in reflective level. Is it clear? Okay, a very good doubt and very good question. And pedagogy plays important role in the your memory level, that is in your lower classes. And andragogical starts inbuilding from your middle classes to higher education. I hope it is very clear. So these points, please remember, questions can be, they will give you the basic codes and they will tell you to identify with the help of the codes itself. Fine. So this important topic is cleared very well, everyone. So we have done basic teaching models. So there are 2 shifts, that is from pedagogy to andragogy. Now what I will do is that, see, I have not taken heutagogy today because I do not want you to get confused togetherly. So in the next class, okay, or in the next session, I will take heutagogy and then I will compare pedagogy, andragogy and heutagogy togetherly. So it will become easier then. I hope this is very clear to everyone. Fine. So any doubt you can put in the chat box, otherwise we will go ahead. Fine. Okay. Now the next topic as I have taken is levels of teaching. Okay. Diagrammatic presentation is there. First of all, do we get question from this topic? Yes, you definitely get question in some or other form of topic over here. So this particular topic we are going to do in detail. So first of all, diagrammatically understand. There are 3 levels, that is memory level, which is the lowest level. Second is understanding level, which is little bit, thoughtful level. And reflective level, which is most thoughtful. Okay, so now in this I have given the proponents also who have came up with this levels. So memory level was brought up by Hunt. Okay, understanding level is brought up by Morrison. Okay, and reflective level is brought up by Herbert. So please just have a look over here very well. Just a second. Yes, yeah. So there are more points over here. So just have a look at over here properly. That is 3 levels. So least thoughtful, thoughtful and most thoughtful. Even this can come in a simple match the following. So column A you will be having the memory. Column B you will be having the levels. So least thoughtful, thoughtful and most thoughtful. Okay. Now let's come to the level of teaching in detail. So first of all, why we have to come to level of teaching? So please first understand. Now listen over here carefully for 2 minutes. Okay. What are the objectives of teaching? Now when we talk about objectives of teaching, objective of teaching tells that a student should possess knowledge and skills. Students should be molded and they should be shaped. They have to learn in a molded form. They have to be molded. Okay. Students should be nurtured at all the levels. A student should have inculcation of values, morals, discipline, punctuality in order to make them the better citizens. So in short, what we are talking about? We are talking about all-round development or overall development. But this overall development, see I have written over here, development of all-round personality of a learner is very, very important in teaching and learning. But now you cannot expect this standard first child, okay, or standard 10th child to have the same maturity level. Now I'll just go little bit slowly. I am explaining you why levels of teaching is important and why are they divided into 3 various categories. Okay, see what we are talking about. We are talking about making student or making a child or bringing an overall development in the child. Correct? Now when I say overall development, obviously for this overall development, it is very, very important that a child needs to have a proper maturity level. Okay, so when I say maturity level, it means that a child should know what is best, what is good, what is right for him. So in such case, what is going to happen is that a child should be taught this at a various level. And that's the reason we come up with various level. As I said, memory level. So what I said, what we saw over here, it is a thoughtless level teaching. So it means it is the more control over here is of teacher. So it is teacher centric. Understanding level, understanding. So we have to teach the student in order of thinking. So it is subject centric. Please understand, if you get such questions also, you should be able to understand which level is which centric. So memory level is teacher centric, understanding level is subject centric, and reflective level is student centric. Okay, and so in this level we can see the more model which works is andragogical model or heutagogical model. Is it clear? So Sarika, you were asking me, no? So as I said, it starts with understanding level, but basically it works in what? It works in your reflective level. Is it clear? Okay. Now, so yes, here I have written a lot of points over here, and these points are little bit important. Okay. Why? Because it is basically from these points only. As I told you, I will be showing you the questions. But it is, it should not happen that you people are not listening over here, and then the question comes, you realize that you have done a mistake. So just be attentive. Any point the question comes, okay? So like for example, memory level. It is a thoughtless level. We know very well it is a thoughtless level, okay? It is the lowest level. So keep this important points in your mind. It is one of the lowest level. Here, the thinking ability does not play any role. And who is the main, who plays a main role over here? A teacher, because it is teacher centric. Students needs to cram the information, the formulas, the laws. Okay, teaching is nothing but learning the subject matter by rote learning. So even rote learning is an specific word to be kept in mind. See here, I have given very clearly over here, and that's what I said in one sentence. The role of the teacher is prominent and that of the student is secondary. So teacher plays a very important role over here. Fine. So it is called as teacher centric. This study material. Now yes, on this topic, on this sentence there was a question. The study material, how it is? It is organized. It is pre-planned. Okay. The teacher presents the study material in the sequential order. This was the exact statement. They have given you the statements and you had to identify the statements for memory level. And this was a statement. So you should keep these statements in mind. At least write these important terms very well. So memory level basically lacks insight, and it is, it is cognitive level of teaching. That is, it is basically talking about what your brain or your intellectual power of grasping the things. Fine. So what are memory level merits? It is, yes, it is useful for children at lower classes unless and until they do not know the things. Okay, unless and until do not know the numbers 1, 2, 3. Then you can make them understand. So, Sarika, the slide is very clear. Maybe, your internet, just check, because I have typed this whole slide. It is not an image form. The slide is typed, okay? And if you can see, if you want, you can just rejoin it once again in order to have clarity. Okay. If others are also facing the same issue, then let me know. But only if one student is there, then it is not anything from my end. Okay. Just let me know what it is. Okay, fine. Yes. So I was talking about what I was talking about. We were talking about your memory level. Okay. So now let's understand the merits. So yes, it is important at lower classes. It is important in order to, the role of the teacher, I said, plays important role with the subject matter. it helps in developing the intelligence level. Slide is not clear. Okay, just a second. Does exactly the slide started on clarity right now? Just a second, I'll just check my internet connection. Just a minute. Just check for some time. I've refreshed it. Maybe then it is maybe technical, some error from my end, but the connection and everything is fine. Still, if it has the same view, just let me know. And don't worry, this, if you are a WhatsApp group student, this all notes will come on WhatsApp group. Okay, so right now you can just listen to me very carefully. Fine. Okay, so yes, this is required. Memory level is required in order to help the student, develop their intelligence. And yes, it is the first step. Unless and until you do not clear this step, we cannot proceed with the understanding level. So to go for an understanding level, this step is very, very important. Okay, demerits, yes, it does not contribute to the development because it is more of rote learning. So sometimes it is not helpful for the real life situation. So a lot of discipline or strict discipline can impact the child, and it does not, intelligence does not carry any importance because basically you're doing a rote learning from the child. Is it clear? Okay, fine. So next comes is understanding level. Understanding level is the second level, as I said. Now these understanding level is called as a thoughtful level. Okay, you can also call it as interactional level. It is interaction, it is comprehensive. Okay, it talks about what? It talks about, understanding which can be classified to see the total facts, to see the relationship, and to see the generalized insight. Now in 2019, in the year 2019, these statements were given, okay, along with some other statements, and you were told to identify the right statements for understanding level. So please remember, it's very important that what does understanding level helps the child. It helps the child to see the facts. It helps the child to see the relationship. It helps the child to give a generalized insight. Okay. Now, how it is useful? What are the advantages or merit? It helps to develop the thinking abilities. It definitely helps, in the reflective form of teaching. The subject matter is presented in an organized and sequential form. Okay, students do not learn by rote, they learn by understanding. See, this also sentence is very important. They learn by understanding the facts and information and their use and purpose. So there is a reason for learning under understanding. Does this level have some demerits? Yes, it has demerits in the form that teaching at this level is subject centered. You remember I told teaching is subject centered. There is no interaction between the teacher and the student. Interactional, when I said, it is just in order to give the concept clearance. Okay, but there is no doubt clearance or, proper interaction between the both. And this type of teaching is, this type of teaching mastery here, in this type, teaching mastery is emphasized more. More of emphasis is given to mastery in order to make the concept clear or understand the concept clear. Okay. Now, the last comes is reflective level. Now, when I say reflective level of teaching, so reflective level, basically it is called as introspective level. See, these points I want you to write very well. Okay, when I'm saying no, you take down the points or write the points. You don't have to write all the notes very well. What you have to just write properly is that what it is called. Okay, as I said, this, it is switch centered, it is subject centered, it is student centered, it is learner centered. It is what? Like memory is, a linear form. Understanding is an interactional form. Your reflective is introspective form. So you just have to write these things which are very important. Okay. So yes, it is highly thoughtful. Okay, and it is only possible after your understanding level. it helps to solve the real problems of the life. So it helps the student to face the problematic situation and critically think for the solution. So you can also say that it helps to develop critical and creative skills. So yes, this particular level helps in developing critical and creative skills. Okay, in this level, the role of the teacher is democratic, because this is more of student centric. Okay, and here it does not, there is no force for the students, but yes, students have to develop their capacity. The role of the student is very active, and yes, reflective level is problem centered. Okay, and student is busy in original imagination. Fine. Now merits, yes, as I said, it is not teacher centered nor subject centered, but it is learner centered. And yes, there is an actual interaction between the teacher and the student, and it is one of the highly thoughtful level. Okay, this level is one of the highly thoughtful level. Now demerits of reflective level, yes, it is not suitable at all for the lower classes. Study material is not organized or pre-planned. Everything, is very instant over here. Because I can't say instant, but it is basically students has to play an important role in thinking and coming to the point. And at this level, teaching is appropriate only for a high class. This is only seen in the higher classes. Is it clear? See, as I said, I am trying my level best to put all those important points in your mind, which are going to help you to crack the questions. And this is possible. See, I have not brought the questions today because, some students are only interested either in questions. So I will be having a separate session exclusive only and only for the questions. So that time you will realize, okay, if we do not study the theory very well, the concept is not clear very well, it will be difficult for us to answer the questions. Is it clear? Fine. So the next topic which I have brought is a small concept related to teaching. So I have taken a small concept related to teaching and training and indoctrination. So this concept I have added. Okay. So let's see now what is teaching, training, how does it differs? Yes, points comes for this. And indoctrination is basically what? Because this term is repeated again and again and again in lot of topics. Now, the main purpose of imparting training, we are talking about training, is to ensure that the candidates, have a specific or a job related or a technical skill, so that which will help him to sustain or survive in the day-to-day world. So teaching is assumed. Now training has a specific purpose. As I said, it is related to job, it is related to skills, or it is related to specific purpose. Whereas teaching is a very wider concept. So teaching deals with lot of things. Like right now I'm doing that. See, I'm helping you to understand what? I'm helping you to understand the theory. So I'm doing teaching itself. Now when I take question answers, I'm going to give you a practical training, how to understand the questions, how to read the questions, and how to attempt the questions. So teaching, training is a part. So you can say that training is a sub part of teaching. Okay. Now teaching helps to give knowledge, okay, while training equips or enhances the knowledge which is already there with you. So like for example, I said I have taken two things, okay. So right now I'm doing teaching with you, where I'm teaching you the concepts. I'm taking a theory class. Okay, on Saturday I'll be doing MCQs with you. I will be training you how to crack the question. Okay, so in training what happens, you just get, the knowledge which you already have. Like if the topic is on levels, okay, or if the topic is on models, or if the topic is on Bloom's taxonomy. So you know the topic very well. You just have to, train yourself to crack that topic. So teaching, as I said, imparts knowledge. It gives you knowledge, but training just enhances your knowledge. Okay. One of the teaching goal is to enrich the mind, while training is just to mold your habits, just to ensure that you are on a correct path. Teaching is usually the context of academic world, while training is associated with commercialization. That is, it is basically in order to sustain or survive yourself in this competitive world. Okay. Now, I hope it is very clear, teaching and training. So teaching stands at an higher aspect. Training is a sub part of a teaching. That's what we can conclude. Fine. Now, indoctrination. Now, what is this term about? Indoctrination is termed as the highest order of teaching, highest level, highest order of teaching. In this, the beliefs and ideas are impressed upon the others. Now, here others, it means your students, okay, and can be included in teaching. So, obviously, you give some type of, beliefs and ideas to the students, where the students have to, basically talking about what it is. Students have to talk about their these ideas, or students have to understand these ideas and belief. Teaching cannot be done, teaching can be done without indoctrination, but no indoctrination is possible without teaching. Yes, Gayatri, Srilata and Sarika, yes, I have just read your messages. Maybe little bit of connection error may be there from my end. There may be little bit less bandwidth, so maybe the slide is not clear. I'm just sorry for that, but I hope my voice is very clear to you all. Just let me know. Okay, I will give you the notes, no doubt for that, because I've just tried to check everything. Rest all is fine, but just the unclarity may be because of some little bit of error. So I'll just fix it maybe after the class very well, because right now I can't stop in between. Fine, this particular slide, I hope it's clear. Okay, so yes, indoctrination. Now let me conclude, because this was again a statement in the examination. Teaching can be done, so you can teach the students without without giving any beliefs or ideas, but no indoctrination. So when you are doing indoctrination without teaching, you cannot do. So obviously, I'll just clear the slide and once again help you to understand this. So yes, so we are doing indoctrination and we are doing teaching. So when we teach, again indoctrination is a sub part like training, okay, but then in indoctrination is is incomplete without teaching, but for teaching indoctrination is not required. So this tells us what this helps us to understand or conclude that teaching plays a very important role. Training, indoctrination are all sub part of teaching. Is it clear? Okay. Now, next topic, the next important topic comes over here is your Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, this is one of the very important topic for another some time now. I just want you to just very carefully listen to this, because this is one of the very, very important topic. Lot of questions are seen on this topic. So please ensure that you, if you can, just take some possible written notes also very well. Okay, so Bloom's taxonomy, which was actually first basically given by Dr. Benjamin Bloom, that is in the year 1956, okay, which was revised by Lauren Anderson in the year 2001. Okay, so basically we are seeing this revised taxonomy which is given by Lauren Anderson. So you should know that who has revised or who has updated the Bloom's taxonomy, which was originally given by Benjamin Bloom. So in this Bloom's taxonomy, we have basically we have, actually it is in the form of what? It is in the form of domains. So we have three domains, that is cognitive, affective and psychomotor domains. Okay, so before we go in detail, let's understand what is the word taxonomy means. What does this word taxonomy understands, or what does the word taxonomy tells? The word taxonomy is nothing but classification. Okay, so classification is basically the word that word taxonomy basically means what? Classification. Or in other words, I mean to say, in some books or in some notes, you also find these are reflected as 3H. Okay, 3H. Now, what is the meaning of 3H? Okay, so we have three domains. Cognitive, that is here our head, our brain plays an important role. Affective, that is heart, your emotion and feelings plays an important role. And psychomotor, that is called as your hands, your motor skills, plays an effective role. So Bloom's taxonomy is also called as 3H. Okay, it includes 3H, that is head, heart and hand. Okay, cognitive, that is head, affective, that is heart, and psychomotor, that is hand. Okay, so these are called as 3H. Okay, now so let's see first the cognitive domain. As I said, it is a revised domain which was brought up by Lauren Anderson. Okay, which starts with remembering. Okay, which there are a hierarchy. So these are the hierarchy: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Okay, so now when I say remembering, okay, remembering, understanding, and applying, these are the lower order thinking skills as per given by the Bloom's taxonomy. So you can keep this as a acronym, that is LOTS. So LOTS indicates what? They are lower order thinking skills. Even there is a question based on this, which are higher order or which are lower order thinking skills. So when we talk about Bloom's taxonomy, so when we talk about the lower order thinking skills, so what comes under lower order? Your remembrance, your understanding and applying, they are forming what? They are forming lower order thinking skills, whereas your analyzing, evaluating and creating, they form your higher order thinking skills, that is HOTS. Okay, so this is an acronym just for given so that you can remember or you can you can keep this in mind very well. Okay, we are going to see this in detail, but let me first take easy topics and then we will go in the detail. So now when I talk about 1956, the original taxonomy which was given, okay, wherein we had, if you see, I'll just make some, just a second, I'll just make some space over here so that you can, if you're taking notes, you can take it very well. Okay, yes, so if you see in the taxonomy which was given originally in 1956, because this is revised as 2001. So here we had, remember, that is knowledge. Okay, we had comprehension, we had application, then we had analysis. Okay, then we had what? We had synthesis and evaluation. So synthesis place is taken by at a first higher ranking, and evaluation has taken the second hierarchical level now. Okay, now this particular hierarchy, basically it was in the what? It was in the noun form. Okay, whereas now as per this 2001, as per the revised thing, it is in the verb form. Okay, and if you know, we have in the next slide I have given you the concepts or the words, how it is related to verb form. So these all things you have to keep in mind very well. Okay, now yes, so let's one by one understand. If you want, I'll just quickly revise what I said. Now we started Bloom's taxonomy. What is the term taxonomy called as? Taxonomy is nothing but it is called as classification. It is also known as 3H, that is head, heart and hand. So head represents cognitive, heart represents affective, and your psychomotor represents your hand. Psychomotor is also, if you remember, psychomotor is also called as kinesthetic domain. Okay, so cognitive basically goes with thinking. Okay, brain, thinking, intellectual. Affective goes with emotions and feelings, and psychomotor goes with your motor skills. Is it clear? Okay, so now yes, then we have seen which hierarchy is revised. So as per the original taxonomy 1956, which hierarchy, which was that highest hierarchy, and which is revised in the year 2001. In 1956 they were in the noun forms, whereas in 2001 they got changed into verb form. Fine. Now let's go in detail. Let's understand. Yes, this is again a small revision to you. So in case if you do not remember what we have done, here I have written it very clearly. Cognitive skills goes with the thinking or problem solving skills, affective emotions, psychomotor physical activities. So if I talk about cognitive, here the encouragement is given to the students to think and solve their problems with a specific methodology. Okay, affective skills, where here the it helps the student to more interactive with the peers, or gain self-confidence to take a control on their emotions. And then psychomotor skills, it helps in activities in classroom, leading to experiential learning. Okay, which we have done yesterday. If you remember, John Dewey also has given this concept very well. Again, just to keep you in a very clear manner, I have just given a second diagram. Cognitive domain, as I said, thinking, which helps in the part of memorizing and reasoning. creative, problem solving. Affective domain, which goes with feeling, emotions, that is appreciation and motivation. Psychomotor domain, which goes with action or doing in the form of typing or playing, that is activity. Okay, as I said, it is, more of verb form. Okay, now, yes, now let's see one by one, the domains very well. Now, first of all, here also I have given a lower order thinking and higher order thinking. That is your LOTS, your as a short form which I gave, and HOTS. Okay, this is the acronym for you to remember. Now please remember, now this slide exclusively I have kept over here because in nowadays the questions are coming in depth. Even they sometimes give you to arrange the sequence. So like for example, they will give you the cognitive sequences and they will tell you to arrange an ascending, descending order, or from lower to higher or higher to lower. The question comes in any form. There is no specific thing in the question. Question comes in any form. So you have to remember these hierarchies very well. Okay, this hierarchy plays an important role. Why? Because these hierarchies can be asked in any form. There are two types of questions. Either they will tell you to go with hierarchy, as I said, lower to higher, higher to lower, or they will be asking you with the help of these verb forms also. So I've given you both the examples. One by one we will do. Okay. So if I have talked about cognitive, so cognitive, it starts with remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating and creating. This is as per 2001 revised taxonomy. Okay. Affective, if I talk about affective, it takes into consideration what? It takes into consideration the following: receiving, responding, valuing, organizing and characterizing. Psychomotor, it talks about perception, it talks about it talks about set, it talks about guided response mechanism, that is, tools you can say. Complex overt response, it talks about adaptation and it talks about origination. So this is what, the sequences, and you have to remember the sequence very well for any type of question. That is in the form of ascending, descending, higher to lower or lower to higher. At the same time, you even get questions in the form of what? Verbs. So now see here, like for example, remembering, this is what? This is your cognitive level. Okay. So remembering, it helps to recall, it helps to retain the information by reiterating it, memorizing it, repeating it, identifying it. Understanding, it helps to grasp the meaning by explaining, paraphrasing, reporting, describing, summarizing. Applying, it helps, to give existing knowledge in the form of practicing, in the form of calculating, implementing, illustrating. Analyzing, it helps to explore the relation with the help of comparison, contrasting, distinguishing or characterizing. Then it talks about what? It talks about evaluation. Okay, it is basically talking about what? It is talking about judgments. By assessing, judging, criticizing, recommending and creating, it is to develop. Okay, if the existing, use the existing information to do to make something new. So by inventing, by designing, by generating, by constructing. So these are the points which are, which you should keep in mind very well. Is it clear with everyone? Okay, see, in one day definitely you will not be able to do all these things. This requires again one understanding from you. That is once again reading from your end also, and making sure that these points are very well, cleared, understood, and these topics very well. Okay, now then comes your affective domain, where again I have given you the behavioral term. So like for example, it starts, the lowest order stands with receiving and then going on to characterization. Ma'am, slide Sarika, yes, I am just sorry for the slide. I will just check out. I will give you the entire notes for this. Okay, so we class notes, no Srilata, I'll tell you, notes are given on WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is created, I mean to say, for the students. So you can ping on the number which I have shown you, or I'll be showing it at the end also, and we create a WhatsApp group, and on that we just send all the notes very well. Okay, but only after completing one entire topic. That basis the notes are given. Okay, so yes, we were talking about affective domain. So affective domain, it starts with describing describing, a real, asking the questions, choosing, responding starts with answering, assisting, or practicing. Valuing starts with explanation, initiative. Organizing starts with arranging. Okay, generalizing and characterization starts with discriminating or influencing or qualifying or giving the question. So these are the instructional behavior terms which you should keep in mind. Okay, fine. Then comes your your next domain, that is your psychomotor domain. So psychomotor domain, as I said, it starts with the imitation, manipulation, precision, articulation, naturalization. Actually, this I have given you the ability, and here I have given you the behavior. Okay, so you have to just keep these things in mind very well. That is, we are talking about imitating, what exactly it means. Manipulating, it talks about the skills. Precision, it talks about performing the ability. Articulation, it talks about modifying the skills. And naturalization, it talks about the skills, ability to perform the skills without thinking. Okay, so actually if you see, yes, there is one small change over here. Now see this psychomotor domain, no? Okay, now here I will take this in one of the class also. Just a second. Yes, I'll take this in one of the class. I have not taken it in detail today, so that there should be no confusion. So these are the proper domains which we have got. Fine, but there is one there was one question also and one topic which was taken based on the psychomotor domain. If you see, psychomotor domain are given by three people, three educationists or psychologists, we can say. So it is basically talking about what? Yes, it talks about three educationists or psychologists which has given this domain. One is Symposium, okay, another is Dave, and third one is Haru. So here one day what I will do, no, because I just by mistakenly I have taken Haru's points, so I will just rectify this. Okay, so this is right, this comes under psychomotor domain only, but these steps, okay, they are given by Dave. So there are three people who have given psychomotor domain in a different form. So one exclusive lecture, no, very small lecture, I'll just record on this particular psychomotor domain, so there will no confusion for you, and I will give you the link also in group. Is it clear? Fine, everyone. So you don't have to get confused that how these steps are changed. So just I forgot to add all the three slides over here, so that I'll do. Don't worry for that. Okay. Yes. Sarika, very heartiest congratulations for you scoring such great score. Okay. Yes, so now from my end this Bloom's taxonomy is done, but again I don't worry, I will just give very short lecture. Now see, today I have given, once again I will repeat this short lecture for Bloom's taxonomy, wherein I will just take the focus on taxonomy. So I'll take the focus on three domains, and here I will add psychomotor domains given by three educationalists also. So I'll just record a very small session for that. That will be helpful for you. Is it clear? Okay, Sarika, to your friends you can give some tips of your study also. So those who are watching or those who are seeing, they can definitely get some motivation, and it will help them to prepare themselves for NET examination, and if they are sitting for SET, they will definitely use your tips. Okay, so yes, so here we have completed this part, but as I said, Bloom's taxonomy, again I will record a very small super tip lecture which will help you to keep that concept in mind very well. So yes, we have completed to the end of today's session, and any student who were one student was asking me for paper 2 also. So paper 2, these are the following subjects we deal with paper 2. So in these subjects we do provide you with the sessions in the form of lectures also, as well as study material. Exclusive, if you are looking for study material, you can go for MCQ notes and notes and MCQs for these subjects. And if you are interested to get paper 2 material along with paper 1, you can just get in touch with our team members. They will help you out to get these notes very well, help you to solve your doubts or solve your queries. Exclusively, if you are going for only paper 2 notes, the price is ₹1600, and you will definitely the notes will definitely help you out with lot of concepts. Okay, and Yes, I'm repeating it this once again before I end the class. See, at the end of the week, that is on Saturday, as I said, I'll be coming up with lot of questions. Whatever we have done, we are doing in the class. So it will help you to give a confidence that theory by theory understanding or reading once is very important. And unless and until your concepts are not clear, it will be very difficult for you to crack the questions. Directly jumping on questions will waste your time, and you will be, regretting afterwards. So better we will first study the concepts very well, and then we will go for the questions. Okay, so on this Saturday we'll be doing those question answers round. So thank you everyone, thank you for the session. Have a good day ahead, and see you tomorrow with new topics in teaching aptitude. Fine. So anyone who is new to the class, who is seeing the lecture for the first time, this was session 3. Session 1, 2 is already given in the description box, the link. You can keep watching and keep preparing yourself for your December 2023 examination. Okay, that's all for the day. Thank you everyone. Have a good day. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.